No, you don't. See, I do. You too. You ready? Yeah. The idea of entitlements inside your corporate structure, I know you think it helps, it makes everybody happy, but maybe it's one of the worst things you got going for you in your business. We're going to find out what it takes to identify it and make your business better by maybe removing entitlements. Ken Rutkowski, Business Rockstars, KFWB, News Talk 980. The author of Ownership Thinking, which is a great title. Brad Hams is joining us. You generally live in Colorado, but you travel around the world helping out businesses when it comes to this. Would a business call you up because they go, we're losing a lot of money or our employee morale is down? Why would somebody call you?
I think there's a few reasons, but the primary one is that business leaders that are interested in what they do, and what we do rather, I think they are, for one, is they want very, very successful organization. They have very high standards. When I think about the very best companies, there's three characteristics they have. One is they care, and they care deeply. Mm-hmm. And that means that they care about their people, and they want them to succeed. They have fun environments, but they also have very high expectations of performance. And so, there are a small percentage of organizations that get a hold of us because they're doing poorly or are in a turnaround situation, but the majority of them simply want to engage their employees more and create a more successful organization.
It's a positive thing.
It's a very positive thing. And so, as I mentioned earlier, this is about really engaging employees in the business and giving them the opportunity to participate beyond just the tasks that they perform and really participate in the business.
Okay.
And so it's a great learning and development opportunity for employees. Now, in terms of, I wouldn't call this an entitlement, but I was going to talk about the incentive piece of what we do, which is the third component of what we do. Which is in doing these first components, which is teaching employees about business and then actively involving them in the business and its financial performance. Our clients increase their profitability substantially. It's not unusual for an organization that goes down this path to double their profitability in a year or two.
So to actually get to those percentages of profitability that the employees thought they were getting.
Well, maybe not that far, but but significantly better. There's roughly 8% of potential profit falling through the cracks in your average company.
Give me an example of some of the entitlements businesses are offering that are probably sucking a lot of the resources and energy and actually possibly the morale of the employees.
Sure. Well, I'll just finish that thought on incentives, because that's a part that sucks out of a lot of organizations.
Incentives.
Yeah, incentive plans. When we create an incentive plan, it is self-funded. So it pays for itself. And the way it pays for itself is we've got every employee actively engaged in finding the money to fund that, right? So in many organizations, they have incentive plans that really just become compensation for employees. And so because they're not actively involved in driving the financial performance of the company, they don't even think that way. And they just have an expectation that these bonuses or the incentives are going to be paid every quarter or every year. So, that's one thing. And healthcare is a huge cost. And
I don't know how you get away from that one
now.
Well,
you don't really, but it is a huge cost for organizations, obviously. And it's not that employees can participate in it. Well, think a little bit differently. There are some ways where they can participate in that, and one of them has to do with taking better care of themselves and so on. But I think if nothing else, employees need to understand the cost associated with things like healthcare.
I think that's really where you focus on, is bringing awareness to the employees of what certain costs are, what is being carried by the company. Mm-hmm. Like, for example, you mentioned healthcare, okay?
Yeah.
I've met a few businesses that have really encouraged people being healthy by helping them with their gym memberships. They select a few gyms, they get them involved, and they believe that if they get them healthy, the healthcare costs will eventually go down and people won't miss as much work.
Yeah, which is true, actually.
Is that a bad entitlement?
Well, I wouldn't call that an entitlement. I would call that actively engaging employees and finding ways to reduce healthcare costs. One of my favorite companies is a client of ours, is a software company in Houston. And they actually built their building with health in mind, mm-hmm. and have done a variety of things from a wellness perspective. And their employees are healthier and happier, but their healthcare costs are significantly lower than they were before.
Because they've gone through that process of getting everybody healthy and the environment's healthier.
Right.